Good early morning. It is Monday, November 8th, 2021. How's everybody out there doing? Um, Obviously, a few days have passed since the Jets' last game. Obviously, they didn't play today due to their appearance on Thursday Night Football or lack thereof. Every time I sit as a Jet fan, and I'm sure I speak for many other Jet fans when I wonder to myself, why can we not have nice things? It makes you wonder that as Jet fans. Why can we not have nice things? It's like anytime, every time we think we have something, we're not saying it in terms of maybe taking home a championship or any of that gobbledygook, because I think we've all come to accept the fact that we ain't going to be seeing championship glory for a very long time. But it seems like anytime we have some sort of promise, in Jets Nation, it just seems like it gets yanked from right beneath us. That came in the form of Mike White. Now, we're not saying that Mike White was going to be the next real deal. That's not that's let's face that. But for everyone that said, let's suck for a quarterback late last year. We got a quarterback, and I know he's a rookie, but so far, Zach Wilson's not cutting it. And I've said it before, and I'm going to maintain that. Mike White took over after Zach Wilson got hurt. And you saw a completely different Jet offense. You see everybody getting involved. Elijah Moore, Keelan Cole, especially Michael Carter finally showing what he can be. The offensive line playing a lot better. Everything. You saw it. But then came Thursday. Mike Whitey's looking good. He's looking good. Gets the one touchdown pass there. Unfortunately, in that one touchdown pass, he got to a wide open Elijah Moore on blown coverage by the Colt defense. He hits his what is it, his forearm against the lineman's helmet, I think it was, or against him, some sort of way, shape, or form. And you find out he's out of the game. When I hit DVR, unfortunately, I ended up on the Spanish broadcast, which was a big oops. And so, of course, I had to sit there not understanding what was being said because what can you do? So I just kind of had to just see whatever the screen was telling me. But look, on Thursday night, for the Jets to beat the Colts, they would have had to go toe to toe with them. And it wasn't going to look good, even if Mike White, were in the game. And I give Josh Johnson Josh Johnson did a great job filling in for him. The score was not as ugly as the game was because the game did become 42-10 at one point. But the Jets would have had gone toe for toe, and Carson Wentz picked apart the Jet defense. Picked them apart. It was Michael Pittman. There was who was it? Jonathan Taylor. There was the other guy, Hines, whatever the heck his name was, the other running back. They shredded the Jets. Did the Jets even show up to play? Indianapolis, 260 yards on the ground. That is unheard of. Carson Wentz looked like no Carson Wentz of old in Philadelphia, on the route to the Super Bowl year. Before Philadelphia ran him out of town. He looked like what? These are not the Colts of Peyton Manning, Edgerrin James, Reggie Wayne, and Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark, Dwight Freeney, all those household names that you knew for all those overachieving Colt teams. This was not them. This is a brand new Colt team. And they just went all amok. But it wasn't so much the Colts. I'm not going to discredit what they did. The defense of the Jets just did not show up to play. And you sit there, especially at the D line, and you're wondering, what happened? Where was that team that pushed around Cincinnati, who, oh, by the way, got pushed around again today by Cleveland? You sit there and you're wondering, what happened? I think I could count only maybe once that they got close to Carson Wentz. Outside of that, I saw No pressure. Carson Wentz sat back and then did whatever the heck he wanted to do. And of course, the secondary that still leaves much to be desired. They look terrible too. Now Marcus May's out for the year. He tore his Achilles, so he's done for the year. Bryce Hall hasn't been bad. The rest of them are like, who are you? Who are and what can you contribute to my team? That's all it is. So, but yeah, that was horrible. That was hard. I mean, I think even if the Jets try to go toe to toe, the way the Colts were moving the football, the Jets stood no chance. Like I said, 45-30. Game was not as close as what the score seemed. Even though Carson Wentz played the whole game, but still. But again, breaking it down, as a Jet fan, you wonder to yourself, why? It's like, well, again, going back to my opening statement, why can we not have nice things as Jet fans? It makes you wonder. It's like what did we ever do? It's like, well, what did we do to deserve this as fans? What did we ever do? What did we ever do to become redheaded stepchildren in this town? What did we ever do to the point? I mean, does it have to do with the fact we don't own our own stadium? Is it because of the lack of championships? Is it because of Lady Luck never going our way for whatever reason it may be over the years? Whether we were a laughable team or when we were a respectable team? I mean, does it really matter? I mean, like I said, we're not saying that Mike White would have been a flash in the pan. We're not saying that Mike White would be the next franchise quarterback. We're not saying that. But you saw, even after one game, you saw like, oh my God, a whole different offensive dynamic. You saw it. And we're thinking and you saw it into the Colt game. You saw that maybe we had something going here. And that Zach Wilson would have had to fight for his job back, and that you would keep Mike White as the starting quarterback as long as he's proven that he is not deserving of it. And he was orchestrating that offense. He looked phenomenal in a different way. It makes you wonder in the past games what would have happened had Mike White been the starting quarterback. What would have happened if Mike White started the Atlanta game, a game that was easily winnable, that should have been winnable? What makes you wonder that? I mean, what if he started that? The Titan game, no, the Titan game was a win, but okay. But everything else, I mean, I think things would have been a lot different. Some of those close games that they lost, the Carolina game. I don't know about the first Patriot game, but no, it's a lot better. I mean, well, the first Patriot game, Wilson got picked off from left to right. But still, things would be a lot different. Oh, excuse me. My sincerest apologies. It's late, folks. Daylight savings time. No, no, but like who knows what would have happened? You never know. So you can sit there and wonder, Mike White, and now, I mean, hopefully he's okay for the Buffalo game next Sunday, which, oh, by the way, should be another fun game. The Buffalo Bills, coming off a terrible loss today to the Jaguars. I mean, you're talking about the top team in the East versus the worst team. I mean, I'm sorry, the top team in the conference versus the worst team in the conference. Yeah, if you want to count the Dolphins, but they lost to the Jaguars today. I mean, 9-6. I mean, not even any time in the end zone. Now we're gonna get a Buffalo Bill team that's gonna come play ticked off, inspired. They're gonna come out with all the stops to beat the Jets. You know, and if you notice the Jets, they've been doing a lot of trickery in their plays. They're pulling a lot out of the playbook. Going lateral and flea flickers and all the rest of that stuff. In case you haven't noticed. Oh my God. Dang, stop it, stop it, stop it. So, but I mean, but the Buffalo game may be fun. It may not be fun. The Jets are giving, I mean, like I said, the Jets have been, outside of what happened on Thursday, at least the Jets have been, for me, I mean, this Mike White guy, you never know. You never know. He looks good though. I mean, his stuff went to the Hall of Fame. I mean, you never know. But I like the guy. I like the guy. So if you can win us football games, we're going to respect you. But when you're in the bright lights, you were drafted into this team in hopes of being the guy, and you're not showing that. We will let you know it. We will let you know it. You know? So, pretty boy, he might have to sit and watch. You know? Some people wonder what was the point of getting Joe Flacco then? And I mean, what was the point? I mean, if you got Mike White being what he is, Zach Wilson, you're inked into for how long? Josh Johnson. Oh my goodness. Josh Johnson, I mean, they're his services. What's Joe Flacco doing there? Are they just gonna they traded him for some low draft pick. So what are you gonna do? Why is he there? Is he gonna sit there and not dress the rest of the year? Just to have a body? You know? And I mean, I can understand why they didn't trust Mike White at first, but then they gave him, like I said, gave him the start, and it changed everything. So you never know. You never know. Football is a very unpredictable thing, but it is what it is. Anyway, the Jets host the Bills next week, first of two straight divisional matchups, and again, it's going to be a tough one. The Bills are what they are. They're coming off a loss. They're going to be ticked off. They've had a lot of recent success against the Jets. So we'll see. That's going to put us at a nice, unfair disadvantage, so to speak. Yeah. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to keep it to here. I'm tired. I need to go to sleep. You see me yawning, please, again. I do apologize. Deuces for now. Have a good evening.